The set menu has features that when they are set are kept when the machine is turned off and on. Things like, for example, twin needle. Right now it says off, but if you're putting on a twin needle or double needle, you can actually tell it what size you are putting in the machine, and it will make sure to limit the stitches based on the size you select. For example, I'm going to get out of the tools section or set menu, and you'll see right here it says the size of double needle. So if we pick a decorative stitch or even just a zigzag, and we go ahead and make it wider, it will stop when it reaches its maximum width and tell us that it can't go any further. It's also nice that when you turn off the machine and turn it back on, you'll notice that a little message will come back on reminding you still have something set in that menu. So if you've taken off the twin needle, that you can go in here and turn that back to an off setting. Touch OK. The next one down is what's called a stitch width safety. You can purchase a straight stitch throat plate. Now this is the standard throat plate that comes with the Opal sewing machine, and the zigzag width is 7 millimeters wide. You can purchase one that has a single hole in the middle, which I prefer for more accurate free motion quilting and even straight stitching, because the needle doesn't have any play back and forth and it gives you a more accurate stitch. So with that setting actually on, when you're on a straight stitch, should you wish to move the needle position, it will not let you. It will also not let you pick a zigzag or decorative type of stitch. Well, it actually will let you pick it. It just, look what it shows you, a straight stitch. So for any reason you see a straight stitch where it should have been a zigzag and you can't make that any wider, that would be an indication that you might have turned that on accidentally or on purpose if you've made that purchase. The Fix Auto, that is automatically on for when you use the thread cutter and a few other stitches that are in the machine. Same for the Cut Auto. And I noticed that this was off when I came in here. The Cut Auto is for the buttonholes. You will find that in our videos that we did with the buttonholes on this machine, it did not cut at the end. And I was wondering why. Well, I should have looked. It's because this was unchecked. Buttonholes, the machine knows that when you're done with the buttonhole, you're going to use it. So it programs it in automatically. But for any reason you don't want it to do that for you, you can turn that off. The audible alarm, you can have it so it's not beeping at you. The contrast of the screen can be adjusted based on where you're sewing. If you've got a window or lights behind you, you can make it so it's easy on your eyes. You also can change the language of this machine. So if you are easily speaking of a different language, change it for what you need it for. The buttonhole balance we have talked about in the buttonhole video, so check that out. The version of your machine, which is great for more of you and your service technician to know. And then calibrating of the touchscreen. For any reason that when you're touching, you're not getting the stitch that you're actually hoping to touch, the screen might have shifted, and there are 2 layers. And what this will do is let you come in here, touch, and it will have you touch in a couple places to recalibrate or bring those 2 screens back together. And those are all things that you find in your set menu.